If you've spent any time trying to build a creative business, you know the feeling. You hit a wall of procrastination, your energy drains, and every new project feels like swimming against a heavy, invisible current. The standard advice is usually to just try harder. You white-knuckle your way through drafts, try to force your brain into a rigid 9-to-5 rhythm, and grip onto unfinished projects out of a deep fear that they aren't perfect yet. But creator Anna Chittick proposes a different approach. She calls it Mythic Intelligent Creation, and she built a specific protocol named Athanor21 to solve this exact friction. This diagram shows where the protocol begins, the concept of a myth. In this framework, your myth is not some fabricated story you tell your audience. It is the absolute truth of your internal architecture, that simple, unmovable core that remains after all external expectations burn away. Over the first 7 days of the protocol, you use a psychological furnace to strip back that noise. Attempting to optimize your content pillars or hack an algorithm without mapping this internal foundation first will always lead to burnout. You end up building a machine on top of a base that doesn't actually exist. We begin the protocol by ignoring your external output entirely. Instead, the focus shifts to pure internal observation. On day 1, the goal is to identify what is actually yours. You scan your life for patterns that repeat without effort, rather than searching outward for new traits to adopt. These are your signals of true ownership. They are the specific things you care about and the boundaries you defend automatically, without needing a logical reason to justify them. Day 2 shifts to clearing what was borrowed. You undergo a psychological purge, separating your true self from the expectations of your family, your culture, and the survival mechanisms you picked up along the way. Look at this frequency comparison to see how to spot the difference physically. Genuine resonance is smooth and effortless to maintain. An obligation is jagged, requiring constant, exhausting spikes of energy just to keep it going. Differentiating these two signals creates immediate psychological space. You can finally separate who you actually are from who you thought you had to be. With the noise cleared out, the process shifts from subtraction to building a foundation. Day 3 asks you to choose your constants. You identify the lived truths and reliable qualities that persist no matter what mood you are in or what environment you are placed in. You pull these constants out of the realm of vague feelings and assign them concrete language, so they act as literal anchors. On day 4, you build your foundation map. These constants draw lines between one another, locking into an interconnected map of your inner world. This creates a permanent reference point, so you no longer burn mental energy holding your entire identity in your head. Possessing this visible blueprint stops you from mistakenly adopting performative workflows built by other people. You know your shape, so you know exactly what tools actually fit. The final phase of the week takes that static map and observes how it functions under pressure. Day 5 is about claiming strengthening traits. You identify and fully own the specific natural resources that bring clarity and momentum to your work. Day 6 looks at the other side, claiming weakening traits. The instruction here is to observe your limiting patterns with complete neutrality, stripping away any shame or victim narrative. Watch how this node behaves. Your weaknesses were originally just protective mechanisms. By naming them, they flip from being hidden saboteurs into contained, predictable variables within your system. On day 7, you integrate the foundation. You step back and review how your strengths, your edges, and your constants all seamlessly interact. Real creative resilience does not borrowed goal. You now possess a physical, mapped, and unshakable understanding of your truest self. Only now, with this internal myth completely solidified, are you actually ready to turn back out to the physical world and touch your tools. This sets up the next crucial stage, operational intelligence. This internal foundation acts as the launchpad, perfectly matching your newly mapped identity to the real-world mechanical gears of making art.